just watching.
Ha ha ha, look at them, sitting there, pretending they didn't see what they did to you. Like their hands aren't still trembling under that borrowed confidence. You've been quiet, haven't you? Too quiet, while they cashed in on your patience, while they laughed behind those painted smiles, thinking you were the fool in the courtroom of life. But every trial has a moment, a pause before the hammer drops, and baby, that's where we are now. See, they thought the silence was mercy. They thought your calm meant defeat. But it was evidence collection. Every insult, every betrayal, every whispered doubt. Filed, stamped, ready for release. You didn't just endure it. You built a case, brick by bloody brick. And now the city smells like tension. They can feel it, can't they? That chill before the verdict, because what's coming isn't a warning, it's compensation. Oh, and someone's about to go down hard. You didn't even realize, did you, that you were on trial long before you ever stepped into the room? Every glance, every silence, every crack in your smile. Recorded. They called it concern. But really, it was cross-examination. They studied you like a case file, not because they cared, but because they were terrified of what you might become if you ever stopped apologizing for existing. See, the world has this funny little hobby. It likes to play judge while pretending it's just watching a show. Your pain, entertainment, your mistakes, evidence, your silence. Oh, that was the part that made them nervous. Because silence isn't surrender, is it? It's surveillance. And you, my friend, were collecting data long before you knew what you'd do with it. They mocked you for not speaking. They called it weakness, but they forgot. The quiet ones observe everything. And every time they whispered your name behind closed doors, you were building your own record, a mental archive of who smiled in your face and twisted the knife when the lights went down. You thought no one was watching when you broke, but fate was taking notes. Every tear, every pause, every time you bit your tongue instead of breaking their illusion, all logged, all time-stamped, all admissible. And now, look at them, still laughing, still pretending. The verdict isn't already being written in the background of their perfect little lives. They think the courtroom's empty, that the gavel won't drop, but you know better, don't you? Because somewhere deep in the dark, justice has been listening, and the silence they mocked was the sound of you winning your case, quietly, brutally, inevitably. Ooh, look at that. Tables turning, chairs scraping. The same mouths that once fed on your silence suddenly can't find their words. See, the world has a funny way of spinning back around, doesn't it? One day, you're the defendant, trembling under the spotlight. The next, you're the one watching them sweat. And oh, how poetic that silence sounds now. You can't cheat chaos. It grades on a curve of consequence. And fate? Fate doesn't need a jury. It just needs patience. Watch closely. The cracks are showing. The same faces that smirked when you stumbled are starting to twitch under the pressure of their own performances. Masks sliding, eyes darting, voices quivering like liars, caught in their own echo. Their whispers used to sound powerful, didn't they? Now they sound like evidence playback. Same words, different context. And suddenly, everyone's realizing they were the ones on record the whole time. Every manipulation, every betrayal, every innocent little game they played with your peace. It's all being replayed in surround sound by something. They can't mute anymore. You just stand there, quiet, unbothered, and they mistake it for arrogance. But no, it's composure, because you already know the outcome. The cross-examination has begun, and the questions are cruel, aren't they? Questions like, where were you when they needed you? What did you gain from pretending to care? Why does your voice shake when you say their name now? You can feel it, the reversal. The interrogator becomes the interrogated, and every lie they told is now devouring them like acid on glass. The irony, they built the trap, but they forgot. Fate always calls its own witnesses, and right now, it's calling them. There it is. The file they swore would never see daylight, the one labeled irrelevant, old news, forgotten. Funny thing about evidence, it doesn't disappear. It just waits for applause. The room's darker. Now, flickering lights, shadows breathing against the walls like witnesses too scared to testify. And in the center of it all, that little box you kept buried. Every message, thought every lie, every twisted half-truth wrapped in a smile. You open it, slowly, not out of anger. No, not anymore. This isn't rage. This is revelation. A slow-motion playback of everything they thought you'd forgotten. And oh, how beautiful their panic looks under fluorescent guilt. They start stuttering. It wasn't like that. You misunderstood. Don't twist it. Huff, you don't have to twist it. It twists itself. Voices echo like courtroom tapes rewinding. Faces flash like mugshots of remorse. Each betrayal lights up in sequence. Click, 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 like camera shutters catching ghosts mid-scream. Remember when they said you were too emotional? Too dramatic? Now look who's shaking. Look who's rewriting history while the projector plays it back frame by frame. You don't even have to speak. The evidence speaks louder than vengeance ever could. Every silence of yours has turned into a statement of proof. Every wound, an exhibit, every scar, that's a signature. And the best part, they can't stop it. Because the truth doesn't wait for permission. It waits for timing. You just stand there, arms crossed, watching their stories collapse under their own weight. It's poetic, really, to see the architects of illusion buried under blueprints of their own deceit. The lights flicker once, more. The documents burn, but not before the words etch themselves into the air like verdict. Smoke, guilty, not by law, not by jury, but by the one thing they underestimated, memory. And now, the file closes. Not destroyed, just sealed, with your smile stamped across it like a final signature. Case reopened. Judgment pending. You hear that? That slow, steady hum in the background? That's not music. That's karma clearing its throat. The lights don't flicker this time. They fade. Smooth, controlled. Like the world itself is dimming to focus on the verdict. See, the jury isn't people. It's patterns. You think you can bribe outcomes? Try paying off cause and effect. Every move they made is now returning with interest. The fake alliances, cracking the shiny reputations, peeling off like cheap paint in the rain. And those connections they flaunted so proudly, evaporating, one silent phone call at a time. The Joker voice slows to a grin. Oh, they thought the world forgot, didn't they? But the world remembers everything. It just waits until the stage is quiet enough to deliver the punchline. Now the forces they mocked, timing, truth, balance. They're all lining up like jurors in invisible robes, each one nodding, each one whispering the same cold word, proceed. You didn't have to lift a finger, didn't have to expose them, drag them or beg anyone to see, because fate has a funny sense of humor. It's patient, not petty, and when it moves with precision. One loses a deal, another loses a friend, a third loses sleep. And together, they start to understand the quiet law you've always lived by. You don't need revenge. You just need time to testify. Their own momentum turns against them. Their laughter echoes back as judgment. The same stage they built to mock you. Now it's their trial room, their spotlight, their turn to sweat under the truth's glare. You just watch. Calm, detached, not out of cruelty, but out of understanding. Because justice isn't loud, it's methodical. It doesn't arrive with fanfare. It arrives with patterns and signs its verdict in silence. And somewhere between their downfall and your stillness, you realize the jury has spoken and you are right to stay quiet. Thump, thump. You hear that? That's not fear. That's the sound of realization pounding through. Their chests like a final countdown. The air's heavy, now still, like the universe itself is holding its breath and then, bang, the hammer drops. The verdict is in. Oh, how deliciously poetic that line sounds after all this time. You can almost taste the silence that follows. Eyes widen, lips tremble, and every smirk that once mocked you now folds into horror. You wanted to see how this ends? Well, congratulations, you're the headline. The Joker voice deepens. Slow grin stretching like a wound that learned how to smile. This isn't revenge, he murmurs, circling the room like a shadow with a secret. This is reimbursement. Every sleepless night you survived, every rumor they started, every time they laughed when you were breaking, now collected, counted, compounded, and fate is cashing the check you didn't even know you wrote. The courtroom, in their mind, goes quiet. You can see it, the flicker in their eyes when they realize the quiet one wasn't weak. You were recording to every gesture, every betrayal, every mask they wore. You documented their sins in silence while they documented your patience as defeat. It turns out, the quiet one was the archivist, and the loud ones? Just evidence. Now the same mouths that mocked you whisper your name in awe, not out of admiration, but out of survival. Because when the truth finally speaks, it doesn't shout, it stings. The camera zooms in. Metaphorically, cinematically, their faces pale, their stories collapsing. You stand there, calm, almost smiling. You don't raise your voice. You don't gloat. You just tilt your head and whisper, "Case closed." And as the echoes fade, they finally understand the cruelest twist of all. You never wanted their downfall. You just wanted your balance back. And now, the scales have spoken. Payment day. No fireworks, no applause. Just that quiet hum in the back of your mind. The sound of balance being restored. They thought you wanted money, validation, closure. But that's too small, isn't it? What you wanted was leverage. And now, look at you, holding it without even trying. Your silence became currency. Your patience, stock that, matured while they were too busy, spending their reputations like pocket change. You didn't chase revenge. You accrued value. Now when you walk into a room, the air adjusts itself. People sense something they can't name. The same ones who used to talk over you. Pause. The ones who doubted you. Listen. And the ones who betrayed you? They can't meet your eyes. Not because you scare them, but because they finally see you. There's no rage left in you. Only precision. Every move calculated. Every word deliberate. You've become allergic to chaos. Immune to provocation. You no longer react. You redirect. They took from you what they thought you'd never rebuild. And now you're charging interest. Their old power doesn't impress you anymore. Because you learned the real kind. The kind that doesn't need an audience. The kind that doesn't flinch. Doesn't beg. Doesn't prove. You became your own institution. Your energy. A restricted access zone. Your attention. The highest currency in the room. And the best part. You don't even announce your wins. You let the silence deliver the invoices. This isn't revenge. It's reimbursement. Cold, clean, cosmic. Compensation isn't about getting even. It's about remembering who the real judge was. You. And now, you don't just walk away. You ascend. The noise is gone now. No more shouting. No more proving. Just quiet. But it's not the fragile kind of quiet. It's the kind that owns the room, the kind that makes even chaos hesitate before stepping forward. You don't gloat, you glow. A different kind of light. Not bright, not loud, just steady, controlled, earned, because true strength was never about striking back. It was about learning when not to. They still talk. Of course, they always do, but the tone's different now. Lower, cautious, like they're whispering inside a cathedral built from your patience. You won. Quietly, efficiently, and now they're haunted by the sound of your absence. They replay old scenes, trying to rewrite them. They study your silence like scripture, searching for loopholes that don't exist. Because once peace becomes your weapon, there's no defense strong enough to counter it. You walk differently now, not faster, not prouder, just heavier. Like someone who knows the value of every step, every movement deliberate, every glance measured. You've become the calm they can't provoke, the echo that follows them long after the lights go out. The city sleeps uneasy, streetlights flicker like dying memories of who they thought you were. And in that final stillness, you smile not because you won, but because you no longer need to win. This was never about revenge. It was about restoration. You didn't burn the bridge. You let time flood it, and now there's nothing left to cross. So you turn away, no words, no final look back. Just that slow, deliberate walk into the silence that now belongs to you. Verdict delivered, compensation received, case closed, forever.